right. Welcome to another week, everybody. Quick warm-up, as per usual. And I actually have some news stories. One wouldn't believe. One wouldn't believe. Welcome, welcome.
Fling their own bundles.
Okay. Seems to be working. Nice.
Fling their own bundles.
All right, looking good. Maybe let's do a tweet too. How about that? Welcome, guys. Your levels looking good.
Fling their own bundles.
There we go. Post the link here.
Fling their own bundles.
Welcome. How do I make the people find this, huh? This has been a bit of a challenge of mine, not gonna lie. We'll manage. I have all things lined up here. Welcome to anybody who has made their way over here.
Fling their own bundles.
Well, is there anybody? Because it looks like there's 0 viewers. I mean, I can't do the thing with 0 viewers. Like, that's how I started, but it'd be nice to have a few people to talk to, though. Not gonna lie. Let's see. Switch over here. Yeah, so welcome to anybody who has made their way over here. Is there anybody? That's the question at hand.
Can anybody hear me? Or is it just me hanging out here?
I mean, I guess I can recite news to myself. Let's see. What do we do? It looks like not a single person has found the stream. God damn it. I posted it in Discord, posted it on Twitter. Maybe I should have set up the live stream thumbnail and everything. Like a week ago or something. Why did I make the new channel? Yeah, it's a little hard to find, my man. I know. Why did I make the new channel? Well, I was experimenting with the main channel and I was looking for topics to cover, right? And then I hit a good one. I created an AI video and that did well. Then I created a second one and that blew up. Since yesterday on that channel grew by like, what is it? It grew from like 5,500 to like 8,500 subscribers or like 9,000 subscribers now in less than 24 hours. Crazy. But what was necessary for that to happen and for me to, go in more on YouTube and to give me the ability to do this with more of a commitment to it, I had to split it up because the problem is that Web3 people That's a quick explanation. Web3 people care about AI. AI people don't give a fuck about Web3. That's a fact. I had to find out the hard way. But in order for that to happen, I needed to separate the two things out. So I needed to migrate over here, and now it looks like, yeah, I lost most people. Last week's episode has 50 views. It used to have like 350, 400. Where are the 300 people gone? I don't know. They got lost in the transition, which is a real shame. But at the end of the day, I'll keep doing this for anybody that is like hyper involved and is in the Discord. I'll keep making these. We'll start in a second here. I just wanted to explain because I feel like it's important. And the new channel has been doing extremely well. Nice, but now some people are finding their way here. So maybe we just need a little bit of warm-up time. So how about this? We'll play one more track here, and then we'll get into it. Give a few more people the chance to find this. It's gonna be a little bit of a process. Look, I realize it's not ideal. Yeah, I think so too. Look, it's inconvenient for the people that sub to the old one, right? But I mean, look, it was such a struggle with the content anyway in terms of finding topics. Like it's next to impossible to hold up like a steady upload schedule when you're covering other side and the metaverse projects, right? It's almost impossible to hold up a steady upload schedule, just like because I'm covering other side and they didn't tweet in like 4 months, right? So it's kind of hard to like create a lot of content around that. Plus the interest is not really there. I have the interest, you guys obviously have the interest, and that's why we're covering it. But it's like, that's pretty much it, you know? There's a few hundred people that care about this project this deeply in the world. So yeah, once more comes out, we're gonna create more content. There's gonna be way more. I mean, soon here we're gonna start with the weekly news as always. Just wanted to clarify that. And the difference is with AI, there's a real moment there where they shipped a product that is mind-blowing. Like literally, if you haven't been using ChatGPT on a daily basis over the course of the last few weeks, you're messing up. Honestly, whatever you do, if you're a songwriter, or if you're a content creator, or if you work at a corporation, you can use it to write better emails, to summarize articles, thoughts, to prepare better, to research better. It's just mind-blowing, and that's really, it's a really great topic to create content around on the main channel now. So I'm doing that, but I'm keeping this. Plus there's a really cool video, and after this I'll just get going. After this, soon there's gonna be a video that summarizes other side in 7 minutes. Essentially, Bored Ape Yacht Club, all the drops, trailer, and like all the phases of other side that we knew up until now. I think that's a really good one. So yeah, yeah, it kind of sucks. I lost like 80% of the people in the transition, and I don't know what to do about it. I posted it in Discord multiple times. I posted it on Twitter multiple times. I posted it on the old YouTube. I don't know. It's one thing to lose like subs that are inactive, right? I mean, people that came during the bull run, a lot of those like left, right? But it's another thing to like lose the people that were watching this every week. Because I love you guys. It was so nice. Every Monday I was looking forward to this stuff. I was like, yeah. Anyway, good to have you guys here. What's up, Luca? What's up, Watcher? Yeah, good. I guess we'll just keep doing this, and once more news comes out, the new content is gonna be so fire that they're gonna come back again. Anyway, right? Okay, that's the plan. All right, so let me transition to the weekly news. Okay, there's actually a few news stories, and yesterday I was still like, ugh, what am I gonna talk about? Today I'm more like, heck yeah, there is good stuff to talk about. So let's get into it. Let me just change the setup here, seeing as okay. All right, let's get into it. So that's a little bright, huh? Beautiful. Okay. So up until here, we're gonna cut everything off, and now we get into the news. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of OtherNews Weekly. Probably the most consistent news show in the entire metaverse. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but let's be real. We've been doing this since 15 weeks, and although we lost a lot of people in the transition from the old channel to this one, here we are, bringing you all the news from the most interesting metaverse, subjectively. So, let's switch on over to this. Okay, slide scaling issue here, no problemo. I want to begin with the prices because they're looking surprisingly good, okay? This thing, like we've been under 1 ETH consistently, and we kind of like found a floor around 1.4 that feels solid. Feels good, man, not gonna lie. Okay, so that's one thing, okay? Secondly, some big things happened today, and that's kind of the main news story of the day. So let's just hop into that. Yuga Labs is a brand new CEO, okay? And this is not just some rando CEO. This is the former COO of Activision Blizzard, aka the company that makes the game that most people in this entire space are excited about when it comes to comparing the metaverse to something. World of Warcraft, sure. Have they been slacking over the course of the last years? Absolutely. Is it the same as 10, 12 years ago? Absolutely not. But is it one of the greatest game franchises in the history of mankind? Yes, for sure. And look, this is the COO of Activision Blizzard, the entire company, okay? But bringing all the expertise from in there to the other side is something we love to see, okay? So I'm going to throw the camera up on here because I can. Wonderful, wonderful. And let's discuss, because there's a bunch to discuss. Okay, like this, like this. Look, I'm so skilled at these technical things, I can just do this stuff on the fly, kind of. All right, so let's discuss this, because this is a big topic, all right? What's up, Mario and Tomasz? Good to have you guys here. This is a big topic because, like, legitimately, as we talked about multiple times before, Activision Blizzard is the company with some of the most valuable IP in the entire MMORPG space, right? They have World of Warcraft. And not just World of Warcraft, they also have the most popular card game with Hearthstone, and they just have over dude, watcher, that comment threw me off a little bit. Wait a minute. I gotta cover this up. No, I didn't buy any Trump cards. Anyway, They have some of the IP that is most valuable, right? And when you ask people, why are you excited about this metaverse idea? Why are you excited about NFTs? It feels like this is just purely like personal. It feels like 1 out of 3 times the person comes back with, ooh, I played WoW back in the day. I played EverQuest back in the day. Ooh, I played, name another, like RuneScape or any other OG MMORPG. And that's what I'm looking for in this space, right? And now the ultimate thing happened. I mean, multiple times on the show we talked about how Activision being acquired by Microsoft is gonna make the fiercest competitor of them all. We're gonna talk briefly about Meta and what happened there this week too, because it's very important actually. But this development is something I personally love to see. Okay, so executive that has massive experience leading, well, he was only the operational officer, but fair enough. I don't know enough details to give you his exact role within the company, but I do know that a leadership position from within Activision Blizzard is, if I had to rank the companies in the world where you would wanna like yoink a executive from, then Activision Blizzard would be S tier. Okay, would be S tier in that list. And this just happened. So absolutely massive news. And yes, we haven't been getting concrete announcements. Yes, it has been frustrating. But let's be real. We're still here. We're still here and we're putting up with that. but there's going to be deliverables soon, as they promised multiple times. They're really stretching it at this point. Okay, no doubt. But an acquisition like this gets me personally excited. So I just wanted to express a little bit of my excitement and my thoughts behind this before we move on here, because this is absolutely massive. So again, he's the new CEO of Yuga Labs. He's replacing Nicole, which was a fantastic CEO, but he's definitely more honed in on the MMORPG genre, which again, other side is not, it's also going to be an MMORPG, but it's going to be a platform with an MMORPG living on top of it. And then people are going to be able to build on that platform. So it's going to be very interesting. I just can't wait for some actual announcements here, because the whole pot has been boiling, and pieces of information like this have been getting me excited on a regular now, since we're doing this since almost 4 months now, right? Okay, so I just wanted to cover this because it's super important. On another note, okay? On another note, major development in another competitor. So, right, so this is one of the big competitors. By the way, last week we covered that the acquisition got blocked, right? So they're not going to be bought by Microsoft. So that's a win for other side, no doubt. And then Meta had John Carmack leave, or like John Carmack left Meta throughout this week. If you're not familiar, very briefly, absolute giga chad when it comes to gaming and VR. This guy pioneered some like gaming physics algorithms back before most of us were alive, I guess. Like early 90s, this guy was coming out with improvements for game engines that were unthinkable at that time, okay? And he was involved in titles like Doom and Unreal Tournament with his work, okay? This guy, absolute giga chad. And then since 2003, he has been working for Oculus, okay? So for the last 9 years, he worked for Oculus throughout the acquisition and everything. And now on December 16th, he actually left Meta. And I just wanted to point out this piece of news because I feel like it's so relevant, especially this line right here. Okay, it all could have happened a bit faster and been... Okay, this is it. I think my influence at the margins has been positive, but it has never been a prime mover. Okay? So what he's essentially saying here is that no matter how much he brought to the table, how many ideas, how much innovation, if you read this whole thing, it wasn't enough. And it wasn't enough to change the direction of the gigantic ship that a company like Meta has become at this point. And he's been struggling over the past years. Okay, so this is the competition we're going up against. Okay, it's not small dynamic teams like we have with, I don't know, 1 year ago, 4 dynamic founders that founded Bored Ape Yacht Club. Even with 100 people, it's nothing compared to the overhead costs that a Meta operates under. So it's truly, it's just a completely different game here we're playing and we're betting on with other side, right? As opposed to some of these giants. So I just thought this was very interesting. Another piece of news, this one directly is connected to other side, okay? Improbable is laying off 10% of its workforce, okay? Improbable, as we know, the developer behind the other side, right? The technology company providing the high concurrent user numbers. And essentially the first trip can be considered somewhat of a reskinned demo that they have already done, right? This is no news. But essentially, they're the developer behind the other side. And they are actively laying off people, or they actively laid off people now. Why is that? Well, macroeconomic headwinds, right? Don't have to elaborate on that. It's also not my job on this show. But just saying, it's not looking pretty for startups, and they struggled to achieve profitability. Well, actually, that's an understatement. They raised a ridiculous amount of money from investors, okay? At this point, they have $700 million, and they haven't been able to ship anything that really worked and fulfilled their vision up until this point, right? They had many games. They had multiple games in the past that didn't work out. Okay, just to be clear, they're fully funded, and Yuga Labs is one of their partners throughout this year, where they're saying, okay, we're finally gonna make this happen. This dream of ours. They absolutely, and look, kudos to them. They shot for the stars, and we'll see how that plays out over 2023. But I just think it's an important piece of news to cover here, in order to make this business unit a profitable one early 2023. So yeah, they laid off a lot of people. They've pivoted multiple times, and just know they're struggling a little bit, okay? They're struggling a little bit. They haven't managed to generate revenue yet, and it's just a little bit of a conundrum. All right, and I just wanted to inform you guys. So those are some news stories that are relevant to the other side. Here's one more. All right, so new episode of the fucking metaverse. We can finally cuss on this channel. Well, that was like the only good thing about this transition, huh? And this is a good one, okay? I listened to 1/3 of it and plan to finish it tomorrow morning. Either way, this is a good one. So they talk with Snoop Dogg, and that guy is very open about his business decisions, and it's just cool to see. And from an other side point of view, it's just cool to see that driven mindset where the guy is just like, hey, if it makes money, I'ma do it, right? And a lot of these celebrities think like that. And guess what? Yuga has money. Yuga has resources to make this happen. So no doubt, with the right people in the right places, just like this, they're gonna be able to attract, like coordinate. Then they're gonna be able to make it happen technically. And with people like Snoop and others, they're gonna be able to create the experiences that we've been speculating on since such a long time here. So I think this is just another thing to watch out for. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait for what other names they're gonna bring to this. Because honestly, the way you start a platform is by showing people what kind of amazing content is on your platform. That's the playbook. It always has been. You have to empower the creators and bring, well, either you fully empower the creators, just like TikTok did, or you bring some collaborations. And in something that requires such high concurrent user numbers like other side, it will not be enough to simply put out a ODK and be like, hey, you guys built something cool. They will need to lead the charge. They will need to be the vanguard in this entire operation, all right? They will need to go ahead and show us what's possible on there. Because we all speculated a lot here. If it's here on the channel or in Twitter Spaces or in Discords, we all speculated a lot about what these experiences could be. But nothing demonstrated it better than showing us the first trip. Nothing will demonstrate it better than showing us ApeFest inside of the other side while it's happening in New York. Things like this. We need demos, okay? We need these demos, and that's what I would be looking out for over the course of the next year. And with collaborations like this, and people like Daniel Allegri, I hope I pronounced that correctly, as the CEO of the entire operation, I think we have quite an exciting ship that we're following here. And it just left the port barely a year ago, and the sea is definitely it's definitely looking stormy right now. Not gonna lie, with some of these competitors like Meta, like this is gonna be a cutthroat business to be in. And I just can't wait to follow some of these results and some of these competition inside of the metaverse space unfold, because that's what at the end of the day gets the best out of everyone in capitalism. If Yuga leads the charge and gets one hit here, all of these other players like Meta, like Activision Blizzard with their weakened team now, whatever, are going to have to follow suit. And that's what I'm looking for here personally, okay? So that's one bonus thing in this week's episode. I want to have a look, and I want to just point out and answer this question about the mutant towns. This came up in the Discord, and some people are not clear on what this is, all right? This is a pure derivative project from a prominent member of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Lior, okay? this is not an official Yuga thing, but they're delivering full 3D models to all the holders. It did more than a 2x of mint. And honestly, the trailers, the previews, they did an excellent job, okay? But this is going to be one of those things where people are going to be building on top of the other side and delivering assets to holders. So if you hold one of these, you're going to get the 3D assets that are going to work inside of the other side. And little projects like this, well, maybe not so little, are just going to be, pop up and keep popping up. And I love that. So at a certain point, the question will come, okay, the platform is live, the community is alive and well. What can you guys do? What can Yuga do, and what can we do as a community? And yeah, I think that moment is going to happen somewhere throughout 2023, and we're going to be here to cover it. So can't wait for that. That's all I got for you from this week's Other Side News. No official announcements, nothing extra interesting from Wagmi-san's tweets. And yeah, Christmas is around the corner. We're supposed to get the last trip in December, but when is that going to happen? Like after Christmas? Maybe. I don't know. I'll see you guys in a week. Thank you so much for joining this. If you know anybody who enjoyed the show, but maybe can't find it, tell them. Otherwise, we're just going to keep doing this. Thank you so much for joining, and have a wonderful